And we should be live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's live webinar on magnets for educators. Okay, I can tell we already have a few teacher friends tuning in. Please say hello in the comments below and let me know if you can see and hear me clearly. Okay, and in the meantime, I will just check if we are streaming with no issues whatsoever. Yeah, hi Katie. So nice to hear you. Katie and I just tuned in from 5-day challenge run by Jillian Shanahan in her accelerated group, and it's a challenge for teachers who want to go independent or just touch base and check, kind of where they are at in their independent teaching business. It was very interesting. Do have a look. Reach out to her. And yeah, you can still watch the replays from day 1 and 2. Today was day 3, so yeah, you still have a lot to go. Hi, Chrysaline. Nice to see you. Wonderful. Chrysaline says, hi, Ivy and fellow educators. So nice to have you today. Yes, we can see and hear you clearly. Thank you so much. Great to know. Today's webinar was postponed last week, I think, due to tech issue. So I just want to make sure everything looks and works great. Awesome. Without any further ado, let's get straight into it, right? Let me just set up the view so you can see it better. I hope it's big enough. Let me try to make it even bigger for myself. Okay. So today is all about how to elevate our online education business. And I put a brave title here, the ultimate guide to lead magnets for educators. No matter at which phase you are in your independent teaching business, I think this is a topic you should really, and we should really talk about and think about. And there are many reasons for that. So before we dive into it, let me just introduce myself briefly. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, I actually host these weekly webinars every Wednesday, same time. And I usually pick a topic based on what's going on in our online educators community. And then I spend a few days exploring it in more depth. And I also have some insights from SuperTeacher and teachers who are using it. So my name is Ivy. And welcome again to today's webinar. I'm a special educator, but lately I've just been teaching ESL online. Since 2016, I started teaching with companies, Vietnamese and Chinese, and one Japanese company even. And since 2021, I just pivoted to teaching independently. I do still have one company that allows me to invest in my business called SuperTeacher, and I'm a founder of it. And SuperTeacher is a super useful web app made by teachers for fellow teachers and educators to kind of take care of all the back-end admin that goes with independent education business. But today is not about SuperTeacher. I just want to mention because it's part of who I am and what I do. And today we're going to talk all about lead magnets for educators. Let me know in the comments. Sorry. Have you ever encountered this term, and do you actually think about having a lead magnet? Do you have any experience in creating them? And yeah, just comment below how far you are at when it comes to thinking and creating lead magnets. And let me check. Okay, so in the meantime, we'll just go, because I feel, sometimes not everyone knows what we are talking about when we say a lead magnet. Okay, maybe we know what a lead is, what a magnet. Of course, it has to be something attractive, but to be more specific about it will help us create a good one, right? So a lead magnet, by all like marketing books, define it as a type of content or information you offer for free. And of course, it's not just so that you are a very generous and kind person that you want to give something for free, but there has to be some kind of strategy behind it to be called a lead magnet. So it has to serve some purpose for you, as an teacherpreneur or edupreneur, it has to have a point. So everybody wins, both people who you reach. Uh, Sorry, I'm just going to mute my phone. And also you yourself as a business, because I know how we teachers always think like, oh, a minute longer in class is nothing. Like I can stay 5 if I want to, or, you can always prepare a wonderful resource for after class independent teaching, or you just, we always try to add value just by being teachers and educators. Let me know if you don't agree. I think all of us would agree on that. But teaching independently is actually a business. Like we have a need for this mindset, a business mindset, and a lead magnet helps do exactly that. So some purposes of a lead magnet are to attract prospects, then to grow our email list. To attract prospects just simply means to come to view for your prospective, future clients and students, so they can actually notice you, to get their attention, right? And then to grow our email list, because email marketing is super effective, easy to do, and a lead magnet is a perfect tool for that. Then it also serves to build trust before committing. If somebody who is looking for the resource you're offering can already see the value you provide just by getting this free resource, it means they already know what to expect from you, or us, I mean, as teachers or teacherpreneurs, before they even pay anything or commit. That's why it's always recommended. Like the first marketing tip on this is what marketing, you know, specialists say, it's better if it's free, because the idea is just to gather, contact information, people interested in what you have to offer, and then go from there. From there on, you can nurture them, you can communicate with them, and you can later upsell your offer. So a lead magnet also has to have the option for upselling what you're actually offering through the lead. So in that regard, think about the times you shared something just because you saw your student needed something, for example, to improve vocabulary that day, and you just created a worksheet for them. And okay, maybe the parent said, thank you, Katie, thank you, Ivy, thank you, Crystalline, and that's it. And that's okay, you can still do that, but why not add a perspective to that? Like, hey, if you really get that thank you, you could, I might say, I mean, okay, if you want to get this kind of resource every time, if you see the value in it, come join my resource library. It's only $10 a month, and I will keep adding resources for your child eternally, just having that. So you're already providing and creating lead magnets you're not even aware of. I'm just so curious into what you have to comment on that. Let's see. Katie says, I've been trying to figure out a good lead magnet. Okay, we will look into what makes an effective and good magnet in a second. But first, before that, what is a qualified lead? So with our lead magnet, sorry, we don't want to attract everybody, like the whole world, right? We want to attract people or students, clients we want to work with, right? So that stands for a qualified lead. A qualified lead is somebody, so part of this broad global audience that is really interested in your offer. So those might be people who you already had been in contact with, maybe neighbors, family, friends, current students. You have no idea they were considering maybe group classes or another kind of offer you might be working on or thinking about. Um, or if they're brand new, the way to approach them, if these are like people you're going to be approaching using social media, somebody you never knew, or maybe through referral marketing, then you should focus on them to be niche focused prospects. So based on what you actually offer. So because lead magnet can easily get you sidetracked if you offer something, general, and then come people and clients interested in completely different things you have to offer. But and then you can just get lost into trying to meet everybody's need, and lose track of what you actually offer, what you're good at, and what you're actually selling, just so you could meet everybody's need. That's impossible, and that's a certain way to a burnout, by the way, if you just start to try to pick up everybody that comes your way. So it's always good that it's niche focused. So KDH said she was thinking about offering a good lead. I know you're a reading specialist, so definitely, I mean, maybe it's obvious, but it's not for everybody. Maybe it's good to just get to the basics, think about what you already are doing, and that's where you have to start from to build a good lead magnet. Don't look for like vocabulary lists on this and that, or just anything. So you can just provide anything, include kind of a resource that doesn't require any effort or anything, but make it yours, like make it unique, and make sure it actually does include a piece of it, gives a taste of what you are going to provide them with going forward if they commit later on, right? Then a qualified lead also assumes that we do um, research and do a research-based approach to our audience to fit our goal, right? So if I want this lead magnet to, for example, lead them to some kind of premium offer I have, I won't be offering it to, my low-paying students. Maybe I would be thinking like that. Like just think about who your target audience is. Maybe it's just for a certain market. In that regard, you would have to think about tech tools they can use, how to deliver the content, if there are any obstacles or any specifics you have to think about and include in creating the lead magnet and offering it. Yeah, then we mentioned before that the qualified leads are also our current contacts or clients, and this is to expand our services, especially if it's a new program you're offering. Like maybe you're just teaching one-on-one, thinking about group classes. Great. Um, Offer a free group class as a lead magnet. That's also good, and that works great. And have them invite friends and family members, classmates to attend. If it's kids, if it's adult, colleagues, business partners, whatever works for you, whatever your mm, target audience is. And then your referral marketing audience. So in that regard, it works the same. You would just use the network of contacts and clients you already have, and you could even offer them a resource, a free resource you create as a lead magnet. You can offer it to your regular clients to reward them, and to introduce something new or different that you will be offering. Oh, hi Emma, great to see you. Awesome, welcome. Um, KDH says, I've been thinking to create a free self-paced course as my lead magnet. Awesome. That's a great idea. And right there, I would just stop you and tell you like one of the tips we will going to go through. One of the top tips is do not over gift people. I mean, make sure you can upsell. That means like just give them a taste. If you're going to create a self-paced course, that's going to be fully featured with maybe units and levels and everything, just use a bit of it to as a lead magnet. And just it's very important kind of to don't give everything they need, but create the desire for more later on. So we should actually pace it, just helpful enough to get their attention, to make them see it works, and then if they want more, they should have a way to reach out to you and yes, go more in that detail. Let's see why lead magnets actually work. There is like a whole marketing science behind it. And its short name is AIDA. A is for attention. So a great lead magnet has to draw attention. In that regards, I just wanted to mention something interesting I was thinking about. For those teachers, maybe that's you, maybe not, but I used to teach with companies. I mentioned that before. And remember, like, if you do have any experience teaching with a company, it was always mandatory to have a clear, well lit, bright, friendly or kids friendly even, or student friendly, parent friendly, whoever they were targeting, picture, like an intro profile photo, and then introduction video where we would say hello, welcome to my class, right? And then maybe some companies, depending on a company, they would ask us to provide a maybe demo lesson or something, and then hobbies, interests, whatnot. That's actually what a lead magnet for those companies was, to attract students. They would just putting it on our head. Simply put, you know like, this teacher is amazing, she combines music and whatnot. They were just using those bits of info to sell us as lead magnets, offering free trial classes, paying us $1 or $2, right? When you think about it, that's the whole strategy. That's it actually works. And so the students and parents would just, or adult students would come and pick teachers based of their needs, right? But all the fuss was created by using a photo, intro video, and a bit of interesting info, and the way they were introducing us to draw attention to our profile. Thinking about it now, I'm thinking also, like, there was a number of 5 stars we were used together, right, on our profile, so students could see, this teacher had perfect, rating 5.0 or 4.3. I would rather pick that one. So think about that, what you already have an experience, or what companies used to be doing to sell us. This is also just I thought it's interesting to compare. But now we're our own bosses, right? So we have to think about what sells us. Um, so that means also, if the person getting the lead magnet is interested into going further with you, it's always good if you do have a professional portfolio or a teacher page, or they can actually have the first impression of seeing you when contacting you, that you look professional, and it seems that you have taken care of everything they need. They just need to click and pay or sign up, right? So drawing attention is the first element that has to be set in place. The second one is interest, and here marketing experts are saying just sparkle their imagination, create an interest. So they say, oh, this is interesting, or this is just different, or this is something I might need, right? I just want to spend a moment or two longer, while scrolling. I'm going to stop there. So it has to be an element of being interesting, right? And then creating a desire is exactly what I was trying to say a minute earlier. It means don't give it all. Imagine a student struggling with, I don't know, fruit vocabulary. And we just create a whole list of fruit vocabulary with all the tips how to learn them best and everything. It doesn't have to be the whole package. It should be just enough for them to feel it works. And as soon as they see it works, they're going to want to continue. Also, think about courses or trainings you've been taking. You will always see, like, the unit 1 is free, or the lesson 1 and 2 are free, and then you can see and if it works for you and sign up. That's how it works, and it's very important. Like, do not overdo it. Don't think it has to be a big piece of something. It just has to be a specific enough to draw attention. It's interesting, and it does answer to a need of your target audience. So it creates a desire, to want more. And a great lead magnet should have a call to action at the end. I mean, at some point, wherever you put it, maybe it's going to be a QR code all over your content, or it's going to be goodbye or a welcome video, maybe telling them all about your business. And if you want to learn more, click the link, here and there. So make sure it has a call to action in some way. Let me check the comments. Yeah, hi Katie, welcome. Don't worry at all. Oh, you tuned in 5 minutes ago, so I'm late noticing you. Sorry about that. Excellent, great. Don't worry, there will be a replay available, of course. We were just talking about what a lead magnet is, what's a qualified lead, and so we don't, just spread our beautiful content all over the place, but target our audience specifically. And we're just touching upon this marketing strategy to explain why it actually works. Let's see some ideas. Let's go specific. What are if some effective lead magnets for educators? I wanted to make it I wanted to make it more fun. So let me see if it's big enough. Oh, sorry if the presentation was super tiny up until now. I just now entered the full screen. I hope it was okay up until now. Let's see. Number one idea would be your lesson sample. Yes, and this is for educators who are already creating content. But I'm almost sure like 99% of teachers, at least, are creating some kind of content, being like after class exercise or, a worksheet, a game, maybe a wordle game, anything, something that you already are creating, or even a full self-paced course, as KDH was mentioning, she's thinking of offering to students. Just use a sample of it, like lesson one or, activity one of this whole bunch of wonderful, super useful content. So make sure it's just a sample, and then end it with, if you want to learn more or if you want to continue learning, sign up here, and then make sure to add a link to your full content, right? So a lesson sample can be, we said, it can also be maybe a video recording of you teaching, if that's something you're going to be offering later on. You just want to, maybe you're creating, self-paced learning videos or whatnot. Depending on what you're already offering, just think about offering a sample of it. You can create a a quiz or a level test. I've checked some stats, and all like lead marketing, lead magnet statistics show that quizzes or level tests, in our case for educators, are super effective because they're fun. They don't feel like people are actually doing something, specifically giving you something. They bring a lot of value. Yes, they have a high perceived value, because if I do this quiz, I will know where I'm at, no matter the topic, right? Or if I can get a level test, that's even better. I know where to begin with, and then your lead magnet would be just a little quiz on something like, let's check your vocabulary on fruits, we mentioned before. And then create flashcards. We're going to look into tools we might be using for each of these. But just think about creating a quiz, and then the results should point out something in the end, like, to improve your vocabulary on fruits, you can take this little course or mini course I created. If the student got a level test, and then you did actually a placement for them, which is really great. Now they know where to continue and how to go about it next. You can just say, if you want to, or you can just give a brief, like a result, like, okay, you are A1. In general, like, your level is A1. If you want to learn more about the levels and how you can work about them on them, just give a bit of info that's super useful, so they want more and they want to continue taking your services. KDH also says, I'm also going to start providing a paid phonics assessment. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, you're niched down enough so you can, play around and be even more specific. Like, imagine how that would be great. Like, exactly, like, that should be a full service. And still, you can create a little snippet of it. Just take a piece of it, or, check out your long A reading skills and make it all about long A. If you want to get a full phonics awareness, or, whatever skill you're focusing on, assessment, get it here, right? I love the ideas, like, you're super specific. Okay, how about a resource library? I love this one because I feel it's easy for me, because I can just gather a bunch of things I did create over years, or, they're sitting on my MacBook, and, just doing nothing, not being available to students. So that means you can put together everything you've created, be it some worksheets, games, some kind of useful or valuable resources, organize them in one place, and then offer them as a membership. You can even say you can limit the membership. That can also be a lead magnet, like get a free um, access to my resource library for a week or a month or whatever. Or you can use that kind of a lead magnet and say, if you sign up for classes, it's going to be free forever. You get full access later on, right? I was about, and I plan on using that to put my prices up a little bit for the regular students. So I'm just going to offer this as an additional value to classes, and it's going to be optional, of course. No, I don't want to make everybody get it. Yeah. Then you can offer some exclusive one-time thing or discount, something maybe you usually charge for. You can say, if you get it, to create a sense of urgency. I think Katie was talking about in her webinar on referral marketing. So it would be the same way here. But yeah, just make it feel like if they sign up, they will get it. And it's super special. If they don't, they will miss the opportunity. And, it's not going to happen again. Maybe it's like a one time. You know how those websites have this option? Like as soon as you sign up, they give you, like, they have an official offer on the website. As soon as you sign up, they start sending bits of info like, welcome, because you're the first time here, here's a special offer valid only until midnight. And then there will be a countdown thing, and it will create a sense of urgency, right? So you have to act upon it. It just works, obviously. Let me see if we have some more comments. Uh, oh, now I see Alison. Hi, Alison. You were a bit late too, but it's been really interesting. Cool, great to know. I'm happy to hear that. And you can later on you can watch the replay as well. Sorry, I think there is a delay with comments. KDH also says I'm going to start providing a paid phonics. Yeah, I think the comments are coming again. Sorry about that. Yes, but we did. Yeah, I did. Okay, Jamal. Okay. Another one could be a video lesson. So actually demo what you do in class. And I think that works great for kids. I mean, for parents to target them if you're teaching children, because they can have a full experience and they can really see all of your teaching strategies. If you use props, you can just they can just experience and from the get-go see if they like you or not. It doesn't have to be a full 25 lesson, but yeah, it can be, right? Then you can offer a live webinar or a group class that is free, and this is really great for attracting prospective students because you can share it. Of course, it's up to you if you're going to be limiting the number of attendees, but yeah, we're just now thinking about the ideas, what we can do about it. I think each of these kinds of lead magnets deserves a separate event, right? To discuss them all in detail and how to go about them and everything. I'm just putting it as an idea. So do free group class, and then you will see if you want to how you want to what you want to do about and with those leads. Like, do you want to provide one-on-one classes or maybe an ongoing group? Just think about offering an open event. It can even be like an open hour for parents. I've heard some teacher friends mentioning, like um, maybe even you, KDH, you mentioned maybe that, but saying like that would be, I think that would be super interesting. Having a group, maybe a Facebook group or a WeChat group in which you can just invite your current clients or friends and tell, every Friday or maybe this Friday or once a month, make it more exclusive, not every Friday, but have an open hour for parents where you can discuss, learning strategies or their goals or whatever. just to have kind of an orientation meeting so they can get to know you and you can get to know them and their needs. And I think everything, as soon as we start communicating with with prospects, the half of the work is already done. Let me see if you have any questions on this. Okay, you're looking good. Oh, what did I open? Oh, a learning community. We mentioned groups like a Facebook group. Depending on your market, who you're targeting, you are sure going to be using actually social media, right? Um, and so it might be Facebook or WeChat or maybe your own website where you have a membership thing or a community forum or something. Yes, providing them with a learning community for free as a lead magnet is also great because they still have to sign up, so you get their contact and then you can reach out to them and kind of nurture them, offer bits of information or learning material or tips, anything you think about, anything that works for you later on, but just to gather them all together and provide a kind of value is good enough so you can then offer your paid services. Learning tips and checklists and worksheets and one-time resources that are very specific and effective. We have KDH, who is a reading specialist, and I would love to see that. Like, I would sign up instantly if I was about to get reading tips, or maybe for parents, how to teach your child to read better in 10 simple steps. Something like that would work great, right? Self-study packs or worksheets we already mentioned, anything. And we mentioned self-paced courses as actually mini courses on a topic or skill-based, whatever. You might be not an ESL teacher, you're maybe a music, a math teacher. So anything that is in your field of work that might be useful as a content, like as a one-time thing. And also it's important that it has a kind of lasting effect, so it's not something that you just create that's going to help for this specific situation or thing or topic, but that it can be generalized better, has more value for students, obviously. And last but not the least, ebooks or flip books. And we're going to talk about tools on how to create those soon. But yeah, let me check if we have. These are, of course, some ideas, and I gathered based on teachers' recommendations and doing a little research on it. Let's see. Christine says these are all very good ideas. Thank you for this. I'm so glad you find it useful. Um, Katie says I'm working on some stuff for you. Yes, not kidding. Really, like we talked about that student I have. I need tips with. So thank you in advance. I'm gonna make sure to subscribe to whatever you put in there. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, I'm glad you find this useful. Feel free to share in the chat if you did think about any different kinds of um, lead magnets we haven't mentioned so far. Sorry for the yeah. I don't want to say ramble. Okay, here are some effective elements. Not some, but the most important. They say effective elements of a good lead magnet in general, and also specifically for educators. It's always good if a lead magnet is relevant. I mean, of course, to our target audience's needs, right? Why would a parent looking for a teacher, maybe, or a course for their child be interested in business vocabulary on, I mean, airplanes? I don't know, something that's not. So it has to. This has to work together. Having your niche is kind of a step before creating a lead magnet. You really need to be clear with what you want to attract, who you want to work with, and so that's how the lead magnet is going to be working for you. If it's just something, if you just have like a vague the idea and you just want to grow your student base, that's also okay. But maybe you're still not there yet. You just have to figure out that first, right? What's your goal and what's your ideal client? Who do you want to teach? Because not everybody's for you or me, And if you want it to make sense, I mean, creating it and providing it, and in time you will get all the answers, like where you should be offering them, how you should be delivering them. Everything will come into place as soon as if you know your niche and who you want to attract. By default, your lead magnet is going to be relevant to their needs, right? It has to have a high perceived value. We talked about that already. So that means it touches directly the pain point of that perspective. It meets their need, it helps them solve something that's a common maybe struggle when it comes to reading, speaking, anything, any kind of skill or any kind of subject actually you're teaching. So it has to be straight to the point and to target their needs. Make it easily accessible, very important. Like, what's going to happen? How are you going to deliver it to them as soon as they sign up or subscribe? Demonstrate expertise. Of course, it's always good also, yeah, to include a little bit about yourself in the lead magnet, at the end, or depending on the format you're putting it in. If it's going to be a video or PDF or anything, it's always good to maybe include previous feedback you got or testimonials you have about this lead magnet specifically, not about the whole course. You're not selling it there yet, but just mention like, oh, this, somebody mentioning that your lead magnet was good enough, to take or to sorry, consider or use. And then if you want to learn more, go there, right? This is the CTA part, call to action. Make sure it solves the problem. We talked about that. Like, if you are really qualified for what you do, like KDH is, she's a reading specialist. I'm sure she would have like hours of material to share, if only just to think about solving a problem. Like, what kind of problems readers might be having, and she is encountering every day. And it will depend on the level, their previous skills, right? If they're ESL learners or not, if they have learning disabilities or something, challenges. So you see, because she has a niche, it's much easier to go to get to the idea of what your lead magnet should be. If maybe your teaching or education business is all about technology, like I know Allison, for example, uses Koala Go. Plus she is a specialist, but it might be good enough if you want to say like, this is a sample of my class. Look how different it is. Come to this 3D world, and we're going to learn whatever it is. You don't have to be niche specific in the knowledge you're going to share. Maybe you're just a general English teacher like me, for example. So in my case, I can create, homework. I can create learning resources after class when I see my students. So for me, the resource library is going to be perfect, good enough. I'm happy with it. If it brings in, if it lets me, up my prices a little bit, or students to subscribe on a monthly, basis. That's not something, it's valuable enough for me, so see what's going to work for you for sure. Personalize. This is especially good if you do referral marketing, so you can always personalize the resources you're creating, if you're targeting the audience you already are in contact with and wanting to sell to them. Make sure they're visually appealing, of course, and we mentioned the call to action to be included as mandatory. We mentioned testimonials and evergreen content in a way that it can be relevant. They might want to share it with their friends, no matter if they're going to share it just for free. They are going to be sharing the information about you, not just the lead magnet, the content itself, but the info is going to be there. So don't worry, because it's already free. If you don't, if you encounter somebody, signed up for your lead magnet and then they shared it with their friends, and those friends didn't share their emails or something. I mean, this is word of mouth. That's even better. That's the even easier way for people who really see the value in what you're offering to actually reach out and come in touch with you, right? I mean, that way it's going to be intrinsic. So they have to be motivated to want more. Okay, let me see if there are any uh, new comments. Katie says, could it be reviews from parents who have children in your class? Absolutely. If the lead magnet is relatable, like if you're going to be offering a self-paced course or any kind of reading class, of course. It's just going to take time to make the content, but yes, because I have a very specific niche, I can solve so many problems. Yeah, I can imagine like you just go with one, pick one. Maybe you can do a research on how common it is, like how big your audience here might be, right? And then go with that. You just need a system how to go about it. And I'm sure once you get the a good hold of the technology and the way you're going to deliver them, it's going to get easier. Of course, we don't have to have just one lead magnet, right? Katie says, I love all these ideas. I thank you, Katie. That's awesome. And I was also inspired by your referral marketing training. If somebody missed that, that was super useful. Um, Let me share the link actually to the course. Unfortunately, it's not available any more, but you can get the self-paced course with all the replays, right? Let me grab the link referral. Okay, here it is. Katie ran a whole referral marketing boot camp, and it was uh, amazing. I'm so glad I attended. Um, Katie, maybe feel free to share because I'm seeing the register page at the moment. So if you don't mind, just grab it and maybe it's under my courses. Uh-huh. Let me see. Okay. Anyways, this is super useful for also, referral marketing. I think about it as just a smaller piece of the total picture lead magnets can actually cover. Okay, let's look into some common tech tools for creating lead magnets for educators. Number one, maybe the majority of us teachers are familiar with is Canva. And here I just took a screenshot of their website, which is canva.com. I think let me just share so I don't mislead you. Yes, canva.com. There are teachers who are not familiar, and that's completely okay. And this is what you can do with Canva. So you can create flyers, social media posts, even you can design them. There is a video editor, YouTube video editor, photo editor, and whatnot. So you can create presentations, documents, PDFs. Even you can export resources as PDFs. You can share them online. You can embed them in your website, or if you're a SuperTeacher user, you can definitely embed them in your SuperTeacher page. So many things you can do with Canva. There is a free plan. The difference is in the number of resources or assets they have, like pictures and videos and audios. You will just have a limited access to it, but still it's good enough to begin, and it's free. And all today still have a free plan. I would personally recommend Canva for creating flyers and maybe social media posts. Then for creating super interactive PDFs, I highly recommend Top Worksheets. I did a webinar on them a few weeks ago. Let me see if I can maybe grab them and share it in the link. I will also share Canva because maybe it sounds like everybody knows about Canva, but it's not the case, definitely, and that's totally fine. Okay, and I was actually thinking about creating mini courses on each of these tools. So if you're watching the replay or you are, I know those of you already watching live are very well familiar with these tech tools. So that's what I'm saying. But if you feel like you would want, brief guidance on the basics of each of these tools, just let me know in the comments or reach out to me and I will be happy to create them. Okay, Top Worksheets. what you can do with top worksheets, just to grab their website, is you can create super interactive PDFs. They are so unique, and they have 3 modes. You can use their templates, or you can create from scratch, and also you can upload your PDFs you already have, and make them interactive. Add interactive elements like drag and drop, matching activities, drawing on top of them, annotation, and many other things. Yeah. Katie says yes for mini courses. Awesome. I'm excited. Katie says, I use Canva all the time. Super helpful tool. Awesome. Go ahead. Yeah. Oh, so then it's just enough to see what it can do by visiting Abridge Academy website, because you will see, I know Katie's using it for all the visuals, right? So it's really cool. Awesome. Okay, top worksheets. And also, top worksheets make it possible to create not just interactive worksheets, but they're also self-grading. So you can embed testing. Remember, we talked about quizzes and self-assessment tests. That's exactly a perfect tool, of course, available for free also, that you can use to create your little assessments as lead magnets. Just think about you scrolling. I mean, all of us, I'm sure, we have a moment when we just scroll on the reels, on Facebook or wherever, and then you just see a quiz like how to lose weight, like me in my case, or how to do you have an absolute hearing or anything you're interested in. There will be a quiz is like, all marketing specialists say, is the best ever thing for attracting qualified leads, because already people are interested in that for sure, right? If they're taking the quiz, plus you give them a result, but do not reveal everything. Just give it a bit like a general assessment thing. Okay, your level is A2. If you want to learn more about your speaking, reading, listening, and on and on, sign up here for the full access to my, and plus get, lessons to improve to, I don't know, B1. Then that's going to be a perfect lead magnet for a self-paced course to upsell, right? Okay, the next one would be a book creator. Ooh, this is such a cool tool where you can actually create ebooks. But this is a more advanced version. I mean, if you really want to get into it, and eventually you can create whole, full featured materials. But yeah, I recommend Jillian did a little review of them. Just type in, let me grab the link. Jillian book creator, because she already did cover it, and it's about 20 minutes. Here it is, found it. Book creator for your online classes. She did talk about it for online teaching, but I think, yeah, it will be still useful to think about it, to learn about it, and think of it as a lead magnet creator. So not to use it in a live class, but just to create resources such as ebooks. If you feel not so confident in creating interactive material online, I highly recommend, let me see the name. Okay, it's called flipbookpdf.net, and this is super cool. It's awesome enough, and it just simply turns your PDFs into interactive flip books. So it's very nice. It looks much more beautiful. Students can kind of slide through the resource, and here's the link: flipbookpdf.net, and the book creator one is app.bookcreator.com. Okay, grabbing that link as well. And it's really amazing. You can even embed your own content. You can record your voice over, or just a video even, and it will stay available. And you can also embed it. All the tools you use, we are talking about, can be embedded or shared online. The next one, if you're thinking that your lead magnet should include videos, I highly recommend Wave Video. I do have a separate whole webinar I did on Wave Video, and I'm going to make sure to add all the links to these additional resources under this YouTube webinar. I mean, the replay, it will have them all. Wave video, you can use it for so many things, like even for video hosting, um, video marketing, audio editing, and online video editing. It's really amazing. I did get an awesome lifetime deal a year ago, thanks to Katie from Age Village Academy. They do have a monthly plan, but yeah, you're good to go with the free plan. And again, they will have just a limited library or, a few tools, but it's good enough. And we have La Digitale, also covered in one of our webinars. Last week or 2 weeks ago. These is the whole set of 33 or something tools to create digital content, but they're like kind of more oriented for in-class, like synchronous learning. But you can still use some of the tools. I would recommend, let me see, they're not listed here, but some of them would be DigiCard, where you can create flashcards, and then DigiSlides, where you can create simple slides and embed quizzes and everything. And let me see another. Oh, and their QR generator is great. When you finish creating your lead magnet, go to La Digitale, find DigiCode. Here it is, to create QR codes, and you will have all of it. Like, add a link to your website or your SuperTeacher page so students can come and actually purchase the resource. Okay, here's some final tips, I would say, because we shared a lot of tips already. So for creating an effective lead magnet, make sure it offers help. It touches some kind of pain point, and it offers specific help with that thing you recognize as a problem. So that also means that it solves an immediate need, but not completely, because it has to create a desire for more. Like, if you're asking me, like, many marketing strategies I don't agree with, but they just simply work. So I'm sharing this as a messenger. It works if you manage to, just solve a piece of the problem, or, a smaller problem that's a part of a bigger picture. Then you make sure to create desire for more, so they want to buy the whole thing, right? And don't forget to add your call to action at the end of it. Okay. How you can deliver and upsell your lead magnet? You can do that in many ways. And one of them is SuperTeacher, which is an out-of-box home base for independent edupreneurs. And that means you can create resources using any of those tools mentioned before, and then embed them in your SuperTeacher page and use your own teacher profile to collect interested, qualified leads. Because just recently, SuperTeacher also became a lead collector. So that means everybody who comes in touch with your profile, either to maybe get the lead magnet or just sign up and then they don't get the lead magnet, or they just forget, drop it in. All of these contacts get listed into your My Students list. So then from there on, you can message them, you can just gather their email and put them in your emailing system, marketing email system, or whatever it's called. You get the picture. Add them to your list, and then nurture them, or just reach out and say, hey, I noticed you got my lead magnet. Would you like? Well, the unique advantage of SuperTeacher to any other platform is, once they are in, you have everything you need to upsell. So you can invite them to a free class. You can book a class for them. You can invite them to a group session that's going to be free, because it's all integrated with SuperTeacher. You can add them to your resource library if they decide to sign up for classes or subscribe, for monthly program, anything. So it just works for you. You don't have to go outside to communicate and to onboard to convert that specific, lead. Yes, I'm so excited for that. And yeah, I'm glad that it kind of fits in perfectly into what we're talking about today. Let me see. I think this is a good place to wrap it up. And Katie says, wait, video is awesome. Yeah. Thanks again. You were the one again who introduced me to it. And if you are familiar with SuperTeacher, all the student guides and we have over like 117, I think, even more, are created with Wave Video in 3 days. So that's how amazing it is. It has AI tools and stuff. So it's really good for creating, yeah, short content, especially. Thank you, Katie. Katie also says SuperTeacher has so many great features for this, right? So yeah, thank you, everyone. If you want to discuss further on lead magnets or any tools we checked out today, feel free to join me in our private session that's going to continue this discussion here. It's open to everyone. Let me just grab the link and make sure I don't get out of the live. Okay, just a second, because it happened, I think, yesterday. If you are unfamiliar to SuperTeacher, I would just grab one link to share. Because on Monday, this past Monday, I did a really great intro to SuperTeacher. It's 50 minutes long, but it really has everything you would want to know about it in the best way possible. Like, there are tons of resources. SuperTeacher has a full training center, but this video, I highly recommend giving it a go because it just has everything. And there I also talk about, SuperTeacher to sell any class offer you might have. So here it is. Okay, let's take a 5-minute break and I will see you. Yeah, I forgot to grab the link. I will see you here. Okay, adding the link. Yeah, Allison says, that was great. So many good ideas. Thanks, Ivy. Thank you for tuning in. It means a lot that this is meaningful. Thank you for the feedback. I will make sure to come up with another awesome idea for the next time. Maybe some of the tools we discussed today and haven't covered so far. That would be interesting, right? Okay. Thanks, everyone. See you in 5. Yeah. Feel free to tune in, but I will come in like 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah. No later than 5.